I 28M found out about my GF's 28F affair with her boss Fortism a week ago. Should I confront her before I leave? We have been together for 5 years now and I was saving up money for a house and a wedding, but all that's gone now. I go for a run every morning and I couldn't find my phone. I asked her to give my cell a call, but she wanted to go back to sleep and handed her phone to me. I always had some suspicions about her behavior the past few months and so I snooped. Let's just say all her business trips and late nights were all excuses for hooking up with her boss who is also a married man BTW. I don't know when it all started but from the texts, it seems like every day and all over the office. The lockdown stopped it and the wife found out about the affair as well. So the boss had to put an end to it. This also explained why GF was incredibly sensitive during March. I often found her bawling her eyes out, but the reason she gave me was one of her friend's mom passed away due to COVID. Last few months has actually been good for us. I was happy spending so much time with her. And it all seemed well. We also had talks about marriage and children and what our future may look like. She also seemed more invested in the relationship compared to earlier this year. I had already started saving up for the house already, but due to COVID I had to take a pay cut. So, I began looking for new jobs since last month. I have narrowed it down to 2 job offers. One in the same city with a substantial increase in pay and the other on the West Coast with a gigantic increase in salary with probably the best company out there in my field. I haven't told her about the offers yet as the negotiations are still ongoing. However, this was all last week. Since GF has started working remotely, she has had limited contact with her boss. But their conversations started again at the beginning of this month. At first, it was all about how much they both regret about what they had done to their respective partners, about how he has to put a lot of effort into regaining his wife's trust and yada yada yada. Then the tone shifted in the second week and it was all about how they still had feelings for each other but it has to stop. She also mentioned that she was looking forward to getting married to me and how it would break my heart if I got to know about the cheating. Anyways, all that texting led them to decide to meet up for one last time and then end it between them once and for all. I found out about all of this last Friday and they are planning to meet up this weekend. BTW, she told me she is going to go and help out her friend who is moving back to her hometown this weekend. When I first read through everything, I just couldn't move from the sofa for an hour. It was as if my body weighed a ton. I started imagining them having time and making fun of me behind my back and all kind of it was going through my head. Last week was hell for me. Looking at her all excited about the weekend made it all worse. Anyways, I am packing up everything tomorrow while she is out. I am heading back to my parents. I have not told them anything yet. Rather, I have not said anything to anybody. I have kept it all inside me and it's getting bad. That's why I am writing this because I'll go mad if I don't. I plan to take up the job on the West Coast. It's going to be remote for a while anyways, so it doesn't matter much. I am not planning on leaving anything behind, no letter, no text, no anything. I'll block her as soon as I hit the road. I have spent this week fixing up all my finances and talking with my landlord. And now I'm just done. What I want to know is, am I doing the right thing? Should I talk it out with her? Honestly, April and May was really good for us, but I don't think I'll be able to trust her anymore. It was really hard even looking at her face while talking to her the past few days. I just want it over with. It's just that she really looked forward to a life together and I feel bad that this relationship has gone south. Redditor's reaction story 2 after. Redditor 1, you owe her nothing. If she cheated once it's an easy bet that she will cheat again. You may want to reach out to this guy's wife to give her a heads up. Chances are he could have been lying to your GF about his wife finding out. She should know something is up. I'm sorry this happened to you. Please consider talking to a counselor for your own mental health. There are online options available. Take care of yourself. Redditor 2, can you get a hold of his wife? She deserves to know as well. Let her take him to the cleaners. Move forward and be happy. You are going to find an amazing woman who will appreciate you. Your career will flourish. Op answer, I haven't looked into him but I think I can find his wife on Facebook. I'll do that after I reach my parents. Redditor 3, you are doing it perfectly. A nice touch would be printed copies of the proof you have. Just leave them on the kitchen table. Text messages or whatever else you have. Don't communicate with her at all. Give her all the respect she gave you, which was none. Op answer: unfortunately, I didn't take any screenshots and I haven't touched her phone since then. Story 2, caught wife cheating. Affair ongoing at least 6 months. Running on 1 hour of sleep. Found evidence on her phone and she admitted it. She's already talking about making it work. I haven't told anyone yet. This sucks, guys. We've been married 3.5 years, together about 9. I'm more than surprised. We finally bought a nice house together and had been talking about kids soon. I'm glad we don't have any now. Still in shock. What do I do now? Who do I tell? Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, kids are not involved. You really dodged a bullet. 6 months is a long time to be lying to the person you love. It tells you a lot. I know it's hard, because she's the person you trust more than anyone. But right now, you can't trust her. She violated that trust. Get a lawyer, now. Op answer: thanks guys. I'm so goddamn shocked. My family and friends always thought we were the perfect couple. 6 months of sneaking around is heartbreaking. Op comment: thanks for all of the advice, everyone. I feel less alone. We talked this morning and she's downplaying it, saying it was only an emotional affair. Won't admit to even kissing. She admitted to a day trip with him a few days ago. I asked for proof, but she deleted her message history. I looked at her frequent locations and found this day trip was a 2-night trip. She reluctantly admitted to that after I showed her the evidence. Not a good sign. Lots of trust is gone. I really pictured our lives together. Duck, this hurts. Redditor follow up: I'm really sorry. I think there are some couples that can overcome infidelity. I can't. It's an ultimate deal breaker for me, but that doesn't have to hold true for everyone. But I think it very much depends on the circumstances. I think for it to have any hope of working out, the following things have to be true. 1. It was a one-time slip-up, heat of the moment, whatever. 2. They are the ones to come to you and come clean. 3. They express genuine remorse and guilt and a plan on how to remedy what they've done to the best of their ability. Your wife hasn't done any of these things. It went on for half a year. She lied to you, every day, for 6 months. She never came clean, until you'd found the proof and she had no other choice. She's still lying, trickle-truthing, and deleting evidence so you have nothing but her word, which isn't worth much now. I am sorry for your broken heart, but please respect yourself enough to walk away from this. Redditor 3, remember that it was not a mistake. She literally made thousands of choices to betray you. Check out the Chumplady website. I tried to stay, even though I immediately knew I was done with him when I found out. It changed how I saw him as a person. I tried, but I couldn't stay. It is not up to her if you will try to make it work. She made her decision. She betrayed you and blew up your life together. She should be taking all the blame. No defensiveness. No blame shifting. No asking you to feel better already. You should expect up to 5 years of reeling and healing. You will never forget what happened and will feel triggered years later. I would recommend immediately separating. Allow yourself time to get your head on straight. Whatever you do, don't do a pick-me dance. It doesn't work. Instead, show her you'd be fine, probably better without her. She can demonstrate with action, not words, why you should even look at her after what she's done. Don't keep her secret. It's okay to tell people what happened. She made her bed, let her lie in it. Redditor follow up: don't keep her secret. It's okay to tell people what happened. She made her bed, let her lie in it. It's actually very important that you tell everyone you both know exactly what happened, even let them see any evidence they might want to see. Women place much more importance on social standing than men do, and as someone who has been in a similar situation, doing this affected her more than anything else I could have said or done. Redditor 4, so what happened? Can you give an update? Op answer: so we are still living together. She's trying hard to be the best wife possible. She 100% doesn't want to split up. I'm distant, of course, because I feel betrayed. I'm relatively convinced it was only emotional after reading a few more messages. I had her write out and let her form what it was and what it wasn't. They spent time here and they're having drinks after work and going for lunches. Continuous flirting. But the 6-month time frame is nothing to ignore. I'm not trying to overthink anything or make any rash decisions. I'm giving her more time to prove a change in herself, but in the meantime I've also found myself wanting to chat and flirt more with other women. It's nice to feel like I have a bit more freedom in that regard. Whatever we decide to do, it needs to be because and I think it's the most realistic path towards future happiness. Together or not, I guess I'll have more updates in the next month or two. Update: I 30M just found out that my fiance 29F cheated on me less than a week after our proposal. I know how the title looks. Here is the story. I've been with my now fiance for 4 years. In the previous 2 long-term relationships that she had before me, they didn't go very well. From what I know, her past relationships were based off of false expectations of her, where her controlling type boyfriends tried to change her. From the beginning, I told her to be herself, and our relationship flourished from there. We have been engaged for about a month. We were waiting until coronavirus conditions improved before booking any wedding plans. 2 nights ago, we were having a conversation about our future together, and it all came out. Less than a week after she accepted our proposal, she cheated on me with a friend of a friend. I will not mention his name here. She told me that she didn't know if she could see herself as a wife at first, so that's why she stepped out. There was no way to make a connection between the nature of her past relationships and her cheating. It was not a red flag at the time, nor did I think that it would lead to further commitment issues. I have moved out of our house and back to my parents, until I can think of a sound solution. I just don't know what that solution is. I know that this was a one-time affair. She's been begging me to take her back. I just don't know if I can justify the one-time factor as a basis for accepting her back. 1,000 positive affirmations can be erased with one bad mistake. Update: thanks for all of the advice. I know how to proceed from here. I've always thought of ways to turn a negative situation into a positive situation, and most importantly, to not act or feed off of negative emotions. It was difficult to see how to do that for the past few days. For the majority of those who are telling me to end the relationship, I believe that it is the best course of action. It is true that cheating would have been a constant topic on my mind. We are not bound to each other through property or through finances, as I don't believe in doing so officially before marriage. My family and friends believe that the relationship should end as well. I have returned to my home, and will tell her to move out. Thank you to those who forwarded me to the surviving infidelity communities. Due to the surprisingly high rate in which posts have accelerated on my original thread, I have decided to stay off Reddit for now. Final update. Just wanted to give a final update. I won't respond further after this. Some users say that I have ended the relationship too soon without room for negotiation. That may be true under most circumstances. However, the timing of the affair said more than the affair itself. Therefore, I believe I made the right choice. Thanks. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, oh please, that's just what she said to justify the cheating. So every time when she has doubts about being a wife, she's gonna go duck someone else? If she has doubts, she can talk to you, she can go to counseling, she can discuss with her friends. Why is her first instinct to cheat? I wouldn't trust her again. Redditor follow-up, oh no. Little Timmy, our 4-year-old son, needs to get vaccinated, and I don't know if I can act like a grown-up wife anymore. This is all so much. I better duck my neighbor. Just a one-time thing, honestly, to center myself. Redditor 2, she didn't even make it a full week after agreeing to marry you before she was hopping on new DCK. There is no way in hell, heaven, or anywhere else that she will be faithful for the rest of her life. And that excuse? Is bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. You do not know this was a one-time affair. If you stay with her, she will cheat again. Probably multiple times with multiple people. Cheaters are trash, and this girl is no exception. Redditor follow-up, it really is a bullshit excuse. Plenty of people get nervous about marriage without running to someone else. Agreed that there is no way she would be faithful for the rest of her life. Redditor 3, she told me that she didn't know if she could see herself as a wife at first, so that's why she stepped out. This is the really weird part, frankly. Regardless of always cheater rhetoric, this part is a bit telling, don't you think? Redditor follow up, yes, odd and troubling. She cheated instead of sharing her feelings, not a good choice for a life partner. Seems like it was not a drunken one-off but premeditated, and all the worse, with someone he knows. She may have engaged in lewd behavior with this guy long before the proposal. Redditor 4, oh lord. Several things. 1. She's not wife material, and is not ready to be a wife. She thought it, tried it and confirmed it. 2. It's not a one-time thing. 3. If you continue a relationship with her, you are setting the standard that you forgive cheating. In her mind, if you stay now because she cries and pleads, how likely will you be to stay when you're married and you have to legally separate? How likely to leave when kids are involved? Put your big boy pants on now and tell her that you can't forgive this. The end. At best, bare minimum, if you want to give it a second chance, get the ring back and tell her that marriage is off the table indefinitely. Maybe it'll come back, maybe not. Depends on her, and your ability to trust her. Redditor follow up, I agreed with everything you said until the last sentence. Depends on her and your ability to trust her. From my perspective, it depends on her and whether she can demonstrate she deserves to be trusted. Trust is not given, it is earned.